Almaty. Welcome to Almaty, Kazakhstan. I didn't have a chance to film much yesterday, but one thing I noticed as soon as we crossed border was the difference in just general affluence and development. I knew that Kazakhstan was richer than Kyrgyzstan or more well off, but the difference was still very surprising. And then I looked at the numbers. Kyrgyzstan has a GDP per capita of around 1700. For Uzbekistan it's about 2300. For Tajikistan, which is also known to be the poorest post-Soviet country, it's about 1000 GDP, $1,000 per capita. But Kazakhstan, on the other hand, has a GDP per capita of $11,500 per capita, which is very close to Russia's GDP per capita as well. Yeah, I know that Kazakhstan has also, that's probably a big contributing factor, and probably also the fact that Kazakhstan has good relations with pretty much all of its neighbors, so that probably also helps. And perhaps even the fact that I'm located in Almaty, which was the former capital of Kazakhstan under Soviet rule, and city kind of has the reputation of being the prettiest one and the best one in the country. to my understanding. So things look very nice here, you know. People dress nicely, roads are in good condition, lots of businesses, people are out in the late, hanging out, cars, people drive nice cars. Again, I'm pretty much in the center of the city, but still, you know, comparable if we compare it to Bishkek. Buildings seem to be mostly in good condition, and the city even has a metro, which I'm going to try out right now. But what I said does not implicate my preference of one country over another. From the perspective of a tourist, obviously a richer country is most likely going to have better tourist infrastructure, but that's not too important to me, honestly. I don't really have a preference over which one do I like more, Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan, because I really like Kyrgyzstan as well. But obviously from the perspective of a local, you obviously always have the goal of growing your economy and becoming more affluent, and to enable other things in your life. Let's check it out. Kazakh, just like most of its neighboring languages, is written in Cyrillic script. However, I think this happened a couple years ago, where Kazakh government officially changed Kazakh script from Cyrillic to Latin based. As Kazakh being written in Cyrillic is a direct byproduct of Kazakhstan as well as its neighbors being ruled by the Russians and then later on by Soviets involuntarily. So Kazakhstan, by doing that, wants to erase that past from its current state, just like the Baltic states, which is completely understandable. But being here, I have hardly noticed the change. So far, overwhelming majority of the signs are still written in Cyrillic. But now I've noticed that some of the signs have now been changed to Latin based in Kazakh. But anyway, my courts are obviously in Kostanay, but due to the circumstances that transpired, it's just not going to be viable to go there at this time and age. So yeah, I don't have any goals here or anything like that, so I'm just gonna load the course from my current location and see where we end up next. Kazakhstan is the only Central Asian country with a very sizable Russian minority. For its neighboring countries, the numbers vary from like 0.3% in Tajikistan to like around 4% in Kyrgyzstan. But here Russians make up the 17% of the population. By the way, made it. Which might be more now because Kazakhstan was one of the main destinations for Russians running away from the sanctions and mobilization. Yeah, even during Soviet times, a lot of Russians lived here, especially in the cities like Almaty, where I'm now, or in the northern regions. But besides Russians, there's also a sizable Uzbek, Uyghur, Ukrainian, German, and Tatar minorities here in Kazakhstan. One thing I noticed here as well as in Kyrgyzstan, there's a lot of like Korean restaurants, Korean makeup stores, Korean second-hand stores, and that is likely because I explained this in another video like 2 years ago, that a lot of Koreans who lived in the far east of Russia were deported to Central Asia around 100 years ago or so, and many of them remained here in Central Asia. Most of these descendants of these deported Koreans now live in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Russia. These three countries mostly. But yeah, I really like the vibes of this city. I'm sensing great atmosphere here. Good old solid room. My favorite light switch.